The Greater Jasper School Board will soon begin its search for a new assistant superintendent. Kimball's third quarter earnings report is in, and sports with Kurt Gooksell. Those stories and much more are up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, the Greater Jasper School Corporation will soon begin its search for a new assistant superintendent. Bob Hacker, who for the past year has served as the corporation's second-in-command, was named the new superintendent of the White River Valley School District in Greene County last night. The 48-year-old Hacker will replace Dr. Gerald Van de Veter, who has been serving as the Greene County Corporation's interim superintendent over the past year. Van de Veter retired as superintendent of Jasper Schools last spring after 17 years with the corporation. Hacker has been with the Greater Jasper School District for the past 4 years, serving 3 of those years as principal of Jasper High School before moving up to the corporation's front office last spring. Hacker says he's been privileged to have been a part of the Jasper school system over the last 4 years and was thankful for the help and support of those that he's worked with.
Certainly thank the teachers there. They're an awesome group of teachers at the high school, and then I had a privilege to, this past year work with the rest of the district's teachers in a different capacity. Just a good experience for me overall. Had a great school board to work for, and 2 good superintendents, and Dr. Lori and Dr. Van Devender, and I learned a lot here, and I'll carry that with me and look back on my days here at Jasper with great fondness.
A 1982 graduate of Franklin Central High School, Hacker earned his bachelor's degree from Franklin College before obtaining his master's degree from IUPUI. Before arriving in Jasper, Hacker was principal of South Decatur Junior-Senior High School in Greensburg, assistant principal and athletic director at South Decatur and Belmont Middle School in Decatur, and a classroom language arts teacher at Beech Grove Middle School. He has spent a total of 27 years in education. Hacker plans to move to Greene County, where he will begin his new job on July 1st. The Greater Jasper School Board plans to discuss the opening and begin their search for a new assistant superintendent later this month. The Huntingburg Board of Public Works and Safety met this morning for their monthly meeting. One item of interest discussed at the meeting was street inventory. Street Superintendent Jason Stamm, along with City Engineer Brian Small, presented a number of streets that have not been officially added to Huntingburg's street inventory. The City Council plans to draft an ordinance in the next couple of weeks to add the unaccounted streets into the city's inventory. The city income from road taxes to both state and county are based on mileage of streets in the city. Once those streets are added into the inventory, the next time that taxes are distributed, Huntingburg's road mileage will be increased. This will allow additional funds to be available to the street department for repair and maintenance in the city. Jason Stamm, street superintendent of the city of Huntingburg, says the city has been shortchanged for quite some time on this issue.
Well, the city gets money from the state for the lane miles of road throughout the city, and as of what we've found out now, we've gone back and looked at it, and we've been shortchanged for probably up to maybe possibly 10 years as to the amount of streets that we have. What happened was there were some new streets built, and they were never adopted into the code book for the city. And when that happens, then you can't turn that into the state either to get your money back from them.
Stamm says there are several steps to complete the street inventory process. It will first need to be brought before the Board of Public Works for each individual street, and from there it will go before the City Council to become an ordinance. Stamm says he hopes the process to add all of the streets to the inventory will take no more than 3 to 4 months. Jasper-based Kimball International today reported net sales of $301.5 million and a net income of $3.7 million, or 10 cents per Class B diluted share, for the third quarter of fiscal year 2013, which ended back on March 31st. Consolidated net sales in the third quarter of fiscal year 2013 increased 6% from last year's third quarter, as increased net sales in the Electronic Manufacturing Services, or EMS segment, were partially offset by lower net sales in the Furniture segment, according to a company news release. Similar to the last quarter, growth in several market verticals within the furniture segment was offset by a double-digit decline in both office furniture sales to the federal government and in hospitality furniture sales due to the comparable period last year, including sales from 2 unusually large projects. Third quarter gross profit as a percentage of net sales was flat with last year's third quarter, as improved margins in the EMS segment were partially offset by lower margins in the furniture segments. A sales mix move towards the EMS segment, which carries a lower gross profit percent than the furniture segment, also had a negative impact on the consolidated gross profit percent. Operating cash flow for the third quarter of fiscal year 2013 was a cash inflow of $11.4 million compared to $28.8 million in the third quarter of last year. The company's cash and cash equivalents less short-term borrowings increased to $89 million at March 31st of this year, compared to $75.2 million at June 30th of last year. Long-term debt, including current maturities, remains at less than $333,000. Last night, the Southeast DuBois School Board made its choice for the open position of principal at Ferdinand Elementary School. Current Tell City, Troy Township School Corporation Curriculum Director and Ferdinand resident Stacy Kitchen was picked by the Southeast Board to fill the position. The Shelbyville native began her 8-year career in education as an instructional assistant in her hometown before receiving her degree in education and becoming a full-time teacher. Upon her relocation to Ferdinand 2 years ago along with her husband, Kitchen taught at Holland Elementary before assuming her current role at Tell City for this past year. Kitchen says she feels honored to have the opportunity to join the Southeast DuBois School Corporation and lead the staff of Ferdinand Elementary. Kitchen says she plans to bring a ton of energy and strong leadership skills to her new job with the corporation.
I'm just honored to be invited to serve the Southeast DuBois community, as the new principal of Ferdinand. I'm just excited to meet and work with the staff and the family and the students and, to ensure them that we continue to maintain the standard of excellence that was achieved by, my predecessor, Mr. Begley, and his staff. They all worked so diligently to achieve this National Blue Ribbon School designation, and it's just such an honor to have this opportunity.
Southeast DuBois Superintendent Rick Allen says that out of a total of 22 applicants for the job, it was Kitchens' background in school curriculum, among other positives, that helped her to stand out over the rest of the applicants.
We're really excited to add Stacy to our staff. Her experience in curriculum and in teacher evaluation. She's completed 19 teacher evaluations this year, 14 beginning year teachers. So she really can start running. Her contract will start here the next school year, and we're excited to have her on our staff.
Kitchen replaces longtime principal Lee Begley, who announced earlier this year his intentions to retire from the corporation after a career of 41 years in education, all of which were spent in the Southeast DuBois School Corporation, including the last 34 years as principal at Ferdinand Elementary. Indiana 8th District Congressman Larry Bucshon received the Award for Manufacturing Legislative Excellence from the National Association of Manufacturers, or NAM, earlier this week. The award comes in recognition of Bucshon's support of policies that have been critical to the success of manufacturing, both in Indiana and across the country. During an appearance on Inform on Tuesday, Bucshon explained his view of why he was given this award.
Well, that's because I'm a big supporter of manufacturing and the manufacturing sector in our country, and my votes in Washington, D.C. are consistent with that. I consistently support legislation that makes regulations appropriate and scientific and make sure that they're not hampering our manufacturers' ability to do their work and to continue to make products here in America, as well as tax-related issues that help American companies be successful and compete internationally.
NAM President and CEO Jay Timmons says it's critical that Washington makes policies that keep manufacturers competitive while maintaining the mantle of economic leadership. Timmons praised Bucshon's understanding of the needs of manufacturers and his consistent support of a pro-manufacturing agenda in Congress. The award is presented by NAM to congressional members who had a voting record of 70% or higher during the 112th Congress during 2011 and 2012, and based on key votes selected by an advisory committee led by NAM members. For more information about NAM, visit their website at the address listed on your screen. According to the U.S. Department of Commerce, as of January of this year, Indiana is home to the highest percentage of manufacturing employment and earnings in the United States. Jasper-based Meyer Distributing Incorporated has announced a new partnership with American Dealer Accessories based out of California. Meyer will bring enhanced service to ADA's platform through logistics and will take over the operations of ADA warehouses in Ontario, Visalia, and Stockton, California. Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Meyer, Nicholas Grommelspacher, says this marks an exciting step in Meyer's ongoing expansion efforts. He says Meyer is one of the few distributors left that doesn't compete for its customer base with websites or retailers, and customers won't have to support their competition as their only source to get products. Meyer's Chief Financial Officer, Jeff Brown, says the company will manage a wide variety of inventories for vendor partners so that those partners can focus on making great products. He also says that ADA is fully integrated into Meyer's platform and all is set to go. Finally, tonight we bring you a special video from Purdue Extension on this year's Davies, DuBois, Perry, and Spencer County 4-H camp.
Hello, my name is Larry Dillon. I'm with Spencer County 4-H, and I am the 4-H camp director for Davies, DuBois, Perry, and Spencer County 4-H camp. And we have a great time at camp with all the youngsters and the counselors at the Santa Claus campground. We do many activities not only during the day but even in the evening, so when the children think when the sun goes down we stay busy. We do canoeing, we have games, ice cream making, and a lot of fun educational activities going on also.
Attending camp as a camper kind of helped me decide that I wanted to be a counselor. I connected really well with a lot of the counselors whenever I was a camper, so then just to have that connection with another kid is kind of fun.
My favorite part about 4-H camp is getting to meet all the different kids from other counties and just forming friendships that you have the rest of your life, and kids you can always talk to.
I think it is important to be a good mentor for kids because it'll teach them leadership and they will want to be a leader too. And it is fun for the mentors to see the kids look up to them.
Our camp consists of 3 days and 2 nights. So we usually start around noon, so the campers will be coming in at noon or after on the first day, and then on the last day we'll be checking out in the late afternoon.
Since all 4 counties are involved, you're not always with your certain group of friends, so you can meet new people outside of your 4-H group or outside your friends that you see at the fair.
I recommend 4-H camp to all the kids because it is a great learning experience and you make a lot of friends from other counties.
Once again, our presentation tonight is courtesy of Purdue Extension. Coming up after the break, rain is on the way once again. That ahead in your local forecast, sports with Kurt Goosell, and Inform featuring City of Jasper Arts Director Kit Miracle. That's all coming up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.